Welcome back after the short break. You are still tuned into the Power Station Energy 100 FM. It is EconoChat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. In case you've missed out on previous conversations, you may go to economist.com.na, and of course you can listen to the beginning of the conversations. Should I call it season 1 or should I call it episode 1 up to episode 40, which is what we are currently busy with right now. But of course, we are talking crude oil revision. And before we went on a break, Mr. Daniel Steinman did explain to us or, elaborate more on the different oils that we find in the world. And there are 2 types of oil. We have the Brent oil, and then, of course, we have the West Texas Intermediate
very clever,
oil. Yeah.
Very clever. WTI.
Yeah, in short.
Okay, it's not, Elsby, I have to point out, it's not 2 types of oil, it's 2 markets.
2 markets.
There are more than 200 types of oil. There's a whole book full of different oil products.
Yeah.
And they're all still crude, and the distinctions are made based on where they come from, in other words, where they mine, but mostly on their chemical composition.
Yeah.
So some oils are what they call light sweet oils. The American oils, the West WTI, is a light sweet crude, and some oils are more acidy, and other oils are more salty. So it's not the same oil that you find all over the world, But here's the thing: I was talking about Brent, and I explained that Brent used to be North Sea oil, or that's where it started. We're talking about 60, 70 years ago. And then it gradually became the denominator in the market for European oil. And then since the 60s, with the discovery of oil in the Middle East, it became basically the market or the conduit for Saudi oil. So we get what we get is Brent. The sad thing is we don't have any local refining capacity in Namibia. The closest is in Cabinda, the northern part of Angola, or in South Africa. There are several refineries, but it's because the big what they call the oil majors, and that is just big oil companies like Shell and Texaco and the old Mobil and BP, Total. Did you know that Total is French? Shell is Dutch, I think, and BP is English.
I know about BP.
British Petroleum. Difficult one, eh? So these oil majors are all controlled by governments, and very strong, powerful governments with very big vested interests. Now we come back to why can't we get cheaper oil, crude oil, in Namibia? Because we can buy it from Angola for about a quarter of the price that we get it now.
And I'm sure a lot of listeners are asking that question, like, why
but
can't we?
Now people go into Angola to go put diesel in their cars there, and 1,000 kilometers later, they've got all sorts of problems with the engine because the engines are not built for that, let's call it dirty diesel, because we get a very refined diesel here that comes from the refineries in South Africa. And the reason is a chemical reason. It's unbelievable. There isn't a single refinery in South Africa that is built to refine the type of oils that come from either South America or North America or Nigeria or Angola. They are built to refine Saudi oil. So we are stuck with the Saudi oil, and our market is too small. It doesn't merit any company to go put up a refinery just for the very limited number of vehicles in Namibia. So it means that we are dependent either on the big brother in the north, Angola, or the big brother in the south, South Africa, but chemically, the Angolan crude is not suitable for the established infrastructure that we have in South Africa, all along the coastline and in the major harbors. You will notice that oil refineries and big harbors, they always run together, because you have to bring the oil in on land in bulk, very big bulk, and then when it's refined, you have to take the diesel and the petrol and the Voco and whatever else you've refined, you have to take it again in bulk by sea away from the same point. There's a pipeline in South Africa that was between Durban and Joburg that was built by Sasol in the 1970s. But now it pains me to admit that my knowledge there is not so up to date anymore. I don't know if that pipeline is still functional. I would assume it is, because the demand in Gauteng is just so massive.
It is.
That you can't truck oil fast enough from either Richards Bay or Durban to Johannesburg. You have to have a pipeline. But I have to admit, I'm speculating. I'm spiffballing a little bit here.
But we'll definitely check up on